to circle the other. As you go, you remain a stranger to me, to you. But our pieces left uncut.
Here, Wine is in her room. Sorry, her husband's room. Today, she got married to the love of her life, Kim Taehyung, for whom she fell in love at first sight, the person whom she admired the most for almost 5 years. He works in her father's company as a CEO, but there is only one thing about which she is wondering. She had proposed him in the past, but he rejected her politely. She was so heartbroken at that time, cause her feelings for him has grown very deep in her heart. But still, she accepted his decision as she can't force herself on him. But one day, his dad came with a marriage proposal and she was on the cloud 9 after knowing that Taehyung is okay with this marriage. But only for her confirmation, she asked him and he simply said that he is okay with it. And at that time, there was no end of her happiness. He didn't talk with her much. Maybe he's introvert. That's why he rejected her on the first place. Maybe he wasn't sure and now he is. Her chain of thoughts broke when she heard door unlocking sound. And there she saw him coming with annoyed face. Sure, he was frustrated. He didn't even glance at her and stepped inside the bathroom after slamming the door of the bathroom loudly. What happened to him? Maybe he is tired, but I wanted to talk to him, she said while looking at the closed door of the bathroom. She rested her head against the headboard and made herself comfortable on the bed and closed her eyes in order to get some relaxation. Taehyung came outside after getting fresh. His eyes were red like he cried a lot, but now his face is cleaned. He was going towards the couch to sleep, but hearing the sound of footsteps, Wyan opened her eyes as she wasn't sleeping. Taehyung, he took a deep breath and then turned towards her. She frowned, looking at his dull face. He hummed. Come here, where are you going? She said when she saw him going towards the couch with a pillow in his hand. I thought you'll not be comfortable with me on the same bed, that's why, he said, trying to convince her, but in reality, he wasn't comfortable with her on the same bed. Not only bed, but the room also. No, I'm comfortable with you everywhere. Come, you can sleep here, she said while tapping the empty space beside her, and he hesitantly walked towards the bed and took the place beside her, still maintaining the safe distance between them. Now, the silence of him is scaring her, but she shrugged it off, thinking of it as nervousness, and asked him, Taehyung, I know I asked you before too, but I want to ask you again. Are you happy with this marriage? He looked at her and hesitantly nodded. I want to ask you something. Can I? She said after gathering so much courage, at which he looked at her for some time. looking so innocent to him, but he can't forget what her father did with him for her daughter's happiness. He again hummed. Taehyung, as you know, I proposed you before also. She paused, taking a break, earning a look from him. Why you rejected me then? The tension in the room is increasing. She is questioning him in the hope of getting a lovable confession of love from him. But she don't know what is coming next for her and how the things is going to turn out. If you loved me, then why you rejected me? She took his hand in her, slightly caressing it, and he looked at her with shocked eyes. His eyes fall on his hand, which she is caressing right now, and tears again started building in his eyes. Why, Taehyung? Enough. This is enough now. He can't take it anymore. And he snatched his hand from her and shouted in a low voice, I don't love you. Each and every word echoed in that soundproof room, whereas Vine's body went numb. She can't believe what she just heard. He doesn't love her for real? If he doesn't love her, then why the hell he marry her? She shook her head, not believing, and asked with a trembling voice, What? Before she could complete, he again interrupted, I don't love you, and that's the reason I rejected you that day. Got it? He shouted, but this time a little louder, crushing all the doubts of her. If she heard it wrong, but no, she heard it right. He said, I don't love you, but still, her heart doesn't want to believe her ears. She is still hoping it all to be a nightmare, a worst nightmare. But no, it is reality. What are you saying, Taehyung? She asked, shuddering, hoping for an explanation, and he closed his eyes, trying to controlling the rage building inside him. Can't you understand it in once, what I just said right now? He ran his finger through his hair frustratingly, taking deep breaths, but nothing is helping him as he is going through a heartbreak of losing his loved one. You know what? Just leave it. And he turned around, taking long stride towards the door in order to leave the room. Cause if he stayed for any long time, then he might end up doing something which he'll regret for his whole life. But he got stopped by the voice before he can even touch the knob of the door.
Seems to circle the other. As you go, you remain a stranger to me, to you. But our pieces left uncovered. I'm thinking about four-leaf clovers. I've got composure. Silver coin, you hold me, turn me over right now. But expect to forget about it. Watches the breeze, burns gold and smoke that you've stolen. Feels like it's my fortune that you're folding. I'm swimming with the sharks.
Hearing her last line, he looked at her with his red eyes. His veins was popping out because of the rage. he is feeling inside him. I ruined your life, he shouted, making her flinch a little. Cause he's not looking like a normal person at all, which she saw always. Right now, he's not looking less than an injured tiger who will tear everything apart from his sharp teeth. He's looking like a complete psycho right now. I ruined your life. No, you are the one who ruined my life, my happy life. And yeah, what were you saying? That I sent the marriage proposal. No, Miss Ryan. Come out from your delusional world. It was not me, but your father, who threatened me and my whole family to marry me with you. And if not, then he will do everything to destroy me and my family.
Swimming with the sharks. I'm swimming with the sharks. It's out of my control. You set the play in motion. Couldn't be a bigger ocean. Tell me, darling, is this what you want? Oh, and all you could ask for never made its way into your heart.
Just because of you, I have to leave my love. What was my fault? And I rejected you because I didn't have any feelings for you. Do I not have a right to choose whom I can love or not? But no, your father has to become a god of everyone's life. Just like he buys you every toy and things you wanted, he also buying you a man whom his daughter loves. But he forgot one thing, that love can't be forced, and no one can force a person to love someone. You can be my wife, but not my love. Remember that you can never get my love. After shouting his hurtful words on Ryan, he stormed out of the room, leaving the girl broken behind. The time he left the room, she fell on her knees and started crying her heart out. The most beautiful day of her life became the worst nightmare. Who will haunt her? Doesn't know till when. She is crying miserably. But little did she don't know that taehyung is hearing all her cries from outside the room. He was there to make sure that she'll not take any wrong step in her impulsive state. He knows that his words hurted her, but he was also hurt. He didn't know what was he saying at that time. Next morning, Taehyung opened his eyes and looked around, and then he realizes that he slept on the doorstep. But the very next second, the thought of Ryan crossed his mind, and he abruptly dashed inside the room to see Ryan. But no, the room was empty. Bathroom, closet, balcony, nowhere. She was nowhere to be found. He immediately ran downstairs, shouting her name, but then his eyes caught the figure of his parents, who were sitting there, disappointment written on their faces.
Summer